look at only licensing or accreditation models like MSC or things like that, and we say, this is the wild fish we're going to target this year, and this is the wild fish we're going to target this year, because these are the ones where we're decided that these are sustainable. You know, in 2006, for example, Walmart announced that within 5 years, so by 2011, they would sell only seafood certified by the MSC, the Marine Stewardship Council. And, you know, they're one of the best known competitors of seafood. Since then, in that time, the demand for MSC certification has gone up 7 times, 700%, according to oneearth.org. 9 years later, though, even as the MSC certifications have accelerated, Walmart still hasn't been able to source all the seafood from certified fisheries. According to its own information, its own website, it sources about 90% of its seafood from what they say are certified fisheries, but some of those certified fisheries are coming from what's called FIPs, which are fisheries improvement projects, and they're just sort of like a plan. The fishery makes a plan to make it better, but they don't actually have to do anything in that plan, but as long as they have a plan, they have access to Walmart. So, I mean, we're really twisting ourselves into not certain consumers. Do they think that they're only getting sustainable food from Walmart after all this time? I'm not sure. It's hard to say. Certainly very little opportunity for them to ask questions in a place like Walmart. And so when you look at a smaller venue like myself or Hooked in town or something like that, you know, we can tell people flat out whether this is certified or whether it's not certified and which board. But for me, I can't always guarantee that every product I have is certified. You know, that doesn't mean I don't care about the issue. It just means that I'm trying to be honest about how hard it is to know. You know, there is a great and truly certified scallop fishery in Maine. You know, I'm sure we've all heard the term diver scallop, right? It's on a lot of menus. These are literally harvested by scuba divers in areas where the drags can't reach. That season goes from the 1st of December until the end of March. There are 300 scallop licenses, give or take, in the state of Maine. 60 of those, 1 in 5, are divers. Those divers are allowed to catch 200 pounds of scallops maximum every day. They don't get that. They might get 140 pounds or something like that. Then the vast majority of those get sold within the state of Maine. So you're looking at literally like thousands of pounds of scallops potentially leaving the state of Maine over that 4-month period. And how many diver scallops have we seen on menus? Even yesterday, probably. Those just don't exist. That's just it's something that we tell ourselves, you know? I'm highlighting these 2 examples, the diver scallops and Walmart. You know, I'm not calling these things out in particular. I'm just saying that we're all struggling with this issue of, is it sustainable? You know, between the 3 main certification bodies, MSC, Vancouver Aquarium, and the Monterey Bay Aquarium, Vancouver Aquarium is ocean-wise, you know, there are 3 different interpretations of how responsible or sustainable the Atlantic scallop dragger fishery is. And it becomes easy to cherry-pick information, to spoon-feed customers about what they want to hear. You know, I would prefer to engage in a discussion. I would, you know, say to people, you know, there are measures being taken by the draggers to mitigate, you know, turtles being trapped in the nets or, you know, opening the rings a little bit more. And as opposed to saying dragging is bad and diver scallops are good, you know, let's be a little more realistic about what we're actually eating, you know. Sometimes, no matter what it says in the label, MSC certified, ocean-wise, what have you, you may be eating something that was harvested in a way that you don't like, you know, and then you have to make peace with it and understand that this is just the history. This is the way humans eat, you know, and we just can't get wrapped up in those labels. We have to think beyond those labels. You know, one of the key words in seafood is fresh. You know, let's look at that word. What does fresh even mean? A halibut that's landing in Toronto today from, say, Fisher Folk or something like that, some folks like that who are doing a great job and bringing things in as fresh as possible. I mean, it's landing today whole, and it's probably caught on Thursday or Wednesday. It'll be on menus until probably Thursday. This is normal and perfectly undetectable. You know, the best response to a question of, is it fresh? Does it taste good? Is it still quality? You know, the storage conditions on the boat, throughout the cold chain, all these things can impact the freshness or the quality of the fish. So is fresh even the right question? You know, I think we need to be more honest as retailers and chefs, you know, how long and expressing how long these products have been out of the water, and focus on the taste and the plate instead. I don't think I've ever heard a server or a chef say that their halibut is a week old, but I think maybe it's time. where we can be honest and say, look, this was caught a week ago. It may have landed here today, but, it's still going to taste great to you. I think that we're responsible on the land as well. A chef orders mussels on 10 pounds on Friday, 10 pounds on Saturday, 10 pounds on Monday or Tuesday. If they're ordering Salt Spring mussels, they're ordering from the same lot. Yet they've sent a truck out to drive 3 times to their restaurant to get them the same batch of mussels. These sort of decisions that chefs and restaurateurs make within their own venues can be changed. And they can make a big difference here. Instead of having countless trucks idling in the downtown core, driving tiny amounts of mussels around, talk to your purveyor, talk to the person who brings it in and say, what days do those come in? And maybe I should have a sense of what I'm going to sell over the weekend and just get them one at a time. If we as industry pros let folks know that it's okay to buy dried scallops, that an oyster is okay 10 days out of the water, buying fish whole and filling it yourself actually gets you a better result, we are going to help bring about important change in the consumer perception, because people look to us, they look to the industry pros to set the standards, and I think we're failing a little bit in where we're being honest about what we're actually serving. And I would just like to see a lot more honesty on the menu.